when our police officers are responding to any call for service. Unfortunately, on that day, the responding officers did not have a choice but to return fire. The video clearly shows, within seconds, how quickly, from the time the officers encountered this individual, that they had to return fire at this individual. At that time, we couldn't have known his state of mind that he was in at that time. What we did know is that he walked into a leasing office, very upset, while armed with a firearm and threatening the staff of that leasing office. And as we attempted to relocate to interview this individual, he returned to the leasing office while armed with that same firearm. Before the officers could say anything, the individual began to approach our officers, pointing his weapon, then firing at our officers. There was no talking to him. He didn't give us a chance to say any words. And trust us, we wish that he had. This didn't have to turn out this way, but again, we were left with no other option. I've spoken to this individual's family. His name is Mr. Davis, Mr. Donald Davis. I feel for them. I feel for our officers that are involved. This isn't an easy profession. Every day, our officers are charged to make difficult decisions. The men and women of the New Orleans Police Department put their lives in a life or death situation every day. But that is what we're sworn to do, no matter how difficult the decisions may be at times. NOPD will continue to be a model of police reform in America. We will continue to hold ourselves accountable, and we'll continue to improve our training to provide the best police agency for our residents, because that is what they expect and that is what they deserve. In this case, while a life was unfortunately lost, we are confident our officers acted within departmental policies, and while difficult, they did what they had to do. This investigation was a transparent investigation. We had the independent monitor as well as our federal consent decree monitors involved in entrenching this investigation throughout its inception. The officers involved will be returning to their district assignments likely by the end of this week. And I will give you the name of the officers that are involved. Officer Kevin Wynn, Officer Wayne Lewis, and Officer Stephen Jones. Currently, right now, they are reassigned, but we do expect them to be back at their regular assignment by the end of this week. Any questions?
This is the third time this year that you will have released video of somebody shooting at a police officer in the city of New Orleans. What does that say, not just for the danger of the job, but just the current environment that we live in where people are opening fire on police officers?
I mean, it is disturbing, period, to see that an individual would fire at someone who is charged with upholding the law, someone who's only called out to defend a citizen or investigate a citizen's concern. So it's very disturbing. It's something that we have to look at holistically, not from just a police standpoint, from the community standpoint, from all aspects as to where we stand mentally. That raises many questions in itself. Where are we mentally? Any other questions?
Chief, if you could just explain, I know that your officers responded sometime later because you said it had gone down to a code 1 call.
Yes.
And happened to be there as the suspect was returning to the scene.
Yes.
Your officers were there, luckily, when he was returning. We don't know what his intention was at that time, but can you just explain why you guys were there at that time and what alerted officers that this was?
So the officers initially responded to a priority call of an aggravated assault, individual armed with a weapon making threats at the complainants. The officers then received a call saying that the individual had left the scene. which caused us to downgrade from a priority call to report. Officers arrived on the scene approximately 50+ minutes later to investigate, at which time, when they were leaving the leasing office, equipped with the information of the individual that was waving the gun and where he resided, they were planning on or making an attempt to relocate to his apartment, at which time he returned back to that leasing office still armed with that handgun, approached the officers and began firing at the officers, who then in return fire.
Can you tell us from the video, could you discern, could you tell if Mr. Davis said anything to the police officer before shots were fired?
It appears from the body-worn camera footage that the individual did make a remark with regards to "shoot me, I dare you." And I will add that all 3 officers involved had their body-worn cameras on throughout this entire encounter.
Ramon or Emily?
Did the 7th District have any contact with Mr. Davis in recent years? Was there a history with police encounters with him? that you're
Well, he
aware
has an arrest history,
Mhm.
but 7th District directly, through the course of their investigation, we have with him, period, in that particular apartment complex.
Any history of mental illness, mental instability from family members?
At the time of the incident, no. It was not until I personally met with Chief Westbrook, as well as the Force Investigation Team met with the family last week, where we actually reviewed the same video footage that you just reviewed with them, and they informed us at that time that he has been diagnosed with some sort of mental disorder.
Ramon, do you have
Have
anything?
y'all identified any suspects in the report of burglaries into this individual's apartment after he was shot?
That is still an ongoing investigation. No suspects at this time.
Anything else? You good, guys? Thank you very
Thank
much.
you.